Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Kelsey and I'm going to do a vlog of what I am currently reading, what I'm going to read, what I've recently read, just basically a vlog of what I'm up to. So I recently finished What Have You Done? It's currently Wednesday. I read this between Monday to Tuesday and I basically finished it within 24 hours. I thought it was super bingeable. I love Sherry Lapina books for that reason. They're super bingeable and I flew through this and I really enjoyed it. I read Everyone Here Is Lying, which was her book from last year, and I also gave that a 4-star. Don't have it, so I'm going to pop it here. I got it as an ARC, and I finished it, I think, within like 1 to 2 days. Now to talk about what I'm currently reading, I'm reading A Little Hope, which I technically started I think last Friday, but I have barely read it because I was hooked onto other books and then I was busy for Canadian Thanksgiving here. And then I started Little Secrets last night and I'm super hooked to this. I got the audio off Everand and I'm really looking forward to continuing this tonight. I am really hooked on it. So I'm about, I don't know, maybe 10% in. I'm like 90, I didn't even put my bookmark in here, chapter 9. Yeah, I'm 90 pages out of like 330. So I'm getting there. I also have Lisa Jewell's Breaking the Dark, which I got from the library because I have her other books in paperback and I pre-ordered the paperback, which doesn't come out till 2025, but I wanted to still read it. So my hold came in on the hardback from the library and I need to get this within, I think now, the next 2 weeks. So I will hopefully be finishing those 2 books and then getting started on this. Also, I recently went to the bookstore and I picked up the November pick for B&K Book Club, which I'll pop down below if you're interested in joining the Discord. We read a book every month and it's typically new releases. This is January by Olivia Blake. Brittany chose this one because I read the Atlas 6, which I gave a 4-star and really enjoyed. I read the Atlas Complex or Paradox, Atlas Paradox, the second book, and I gave it a 2, and then I didn't continue the series. But I loved Olivia Blake's writing style, so I'm hoping that I'll really enjoy this one. While I was at the bookstore, since they're offering 20% off of any books, I got this book, The Courage to Be Disliked. I've had it on my wish list for a while and I saw it, so I just figured it was a sign to get it. I don't know when I'll read this, but when I'm in a nonfiction mood, I will pick it up. Okay, so I am still reading Little Secrets, but I'm at 57%, so a little over halfway now, and I am enjoying it. It took kind of a turn that I wasn't expecting based on how it started at the beginning, but I am still having a good time. It's not screaming 5-star vibes for me, but I think it'll probably be a 4. It just kind of depends on how the twists go, but I'll keep you posted. I should be able to finish this up today because I think I have about 2 hours left on audio, so hopefully I can get that done. And so it's currently Thursday and I'm hoping to finish this by Friday night. We'll kind of see if that gets done. There's only what, 275 pages, so it should be doable, and the writing's quite large compared to some books, so I think this is doable, but I'm reading without the audio, so I just don't know. We'll see. I'll hope for the best. If not, I'll finish it up probably by Saturday. But I'll keep you posted on my thoughts. I don't have a lot because I'm not too far in. This is my first book by this author, and I do like the writing style so far, but that's all really that I can say so far. But when I get closer to like the 50% mark or even like 30-40, I will check in and let you know my thoughts. Okay, so I've frankly done nothing, which is totally fine because it's my like relaxed day. So I finished Little Secrets. It's about 7 p.m. now, so I've read this throughout the day. I really enjoyed the audio. I did guess the twist. Well, I guess one of them. And that was a little disappointing because I usually don't guess twists. If I guess it, I feel a little disappointed, but I also don't like when you don't guess and it's so outlandish. I gave this a 4-star. I recommend reading it. If I gave this a 4 and thought it was pretty good, I think that I will really like Jennifer Hillier's other books, so I will prioritize Jar of Hearts and Things We Do in the Dark in the near future because I think I'll really enjoy those. So that is done. Now I'm going to dive back into A Little Hope after putting it down and not reading it for like almost a week now. I haven't picked it up since I think last Friday, and now it is the next Thursday, so I'm going to kind of focus on this. I doubt I can finish it tonight, so I'm aiming for Friday or at the latest Saturday because I need to get going with my library book, which is Breaking the Dark, which I am so excited about. This is one of my most anticipated reads. I Did not pre-order because I did pre-order the paperback version, which is out in 2025, but I didn't pre-order the hardback, which was out this year, just because I want all paperbacks, because that's what Lisa Jewell's other books I have, they're all paperback, so I just kind of wanted to match. So that's the reasoning of me not pre-ordering. But finally my hold at the library came in, and I was super excited. I picked it up last week, but I just haven't gotten to it yet, so I really want to prioritize this over the weekend. Okay, I'm gonna check in because I'm a little over halfway through A Little Hope, and I'm really enjoying it. If you really like character-based stories, I would say I highly recommend this for you. If you don't, probably wouldn't enjoy it, because at the beginning it takes a while to kind of dive into the story. You kind of have to get settled in the storyline and get to know a lot of the characters and kind of learn things about them and go through a few things with them that you can kind of become attached. Otherwise, I would say if it didn't go through all that, you wouldn't really feel attached to the characters or anything. So I think that's kind of needed in a character-driven story a lot of the times. But if you're not into kind of that slower storyline, I would say pass on this book. I really like character-driven storyline, so it works for me. It follows Freddie and Greg just got diagnosed with cancer, and they're kind of going through the motions of treatments and how that's affecting both of them separately and together. And then it also follows Alex, which is Greg's boss. Alex's son passed away a long time ago, and Greg has kind of become like a son in a sense to him, just because they've been working together so long, and he feels like protective over him. And the storyline follows Alex and his wife and kind of a few things that they go through. It also follows another set of characters that are kind of interconnected. So Freddie's boss is the mother of Luke, and Luke struggles after his dad passes away with like alcoholism and a few other things, and just things aren't really going his way. And his ex-girlfriend Ginger, it also follows her. And then it also follows this new character that just got introduced recently, Ahmed, and I don't really know too much about him because he just kind of came into the story and he hasn't been a huge part yet, but it says that he wonders if he'll ever find true love, so I'm assuming that we'll kind of dive more into his storyline throughout the next half. We just got to a really crazy part with one of the characters, and I had to put it down for a second because it was a bit wild and I wasn't expecting that at all. So yeah, I've not cried yet, but who knows, we have another 50% of the way through. I will keep you posted. I'll check in again if something crazy happens and I want to talk about it. Otherwise, I'll just check in when I'm finished this book. I'm just checking in really quickly because I got Sunlight by Devanny Perry and I was so excited. I loved the first book, Crossroads, in this series. It was so good. So I'm so excited. I honestly kind of forgot this was coming out this month. So I guess I need to prioritize it. Hopefully I can read it this month or next month because the first one was so good. So I'm so excited to read this one. I joined Brainy on sprints for a little bit. I didn't think I would be able to make them because I went out earlier. I'll pop a clip of what I took, but it wasn't much. My boyfriend and I went to one of our favorite restaurants for our anniversary, and I'll pop that clip here. Then I came back home and I joined Brainy on sprints and continued reading this book. I didn't get to read it earlier today like I thought I would because I was out and about, but I am 60 pages away from being done and I don't know what I'm going to rate it. I'm really enjoying it. It could be a 5, it could be a 4. I'm going to finish and then depending, if I'm sure of my review, I'll check back in tonight. Otherwise, I'll kind of sit with it until the morning and then let you know my final thoughts. I'm officially done A Little Hope and I really enjoyed it. I'm giving it a 4-star. I really liked how the author wrote the characters, they felt, and the situations they were going through. felt really authentic because of how flawed the characters were and realistic. I felt like if these situations happened in real life, there would be real life people who acted the way these characters did and felt the way these characters did. So I really liked that. I was satisfied with the ending. I wasn't sure where things would go, but I feel like it finished off on a note that I am satisfied with. Definitely recommend picking this one up. I'm very excited to read the next book I have from Ethan Joella, which is A Quiet Life, and hopefully I can read that throughout October, but if not, I'll try to squeeze it in November. Okay, now that I'm done A Little Hope, I'm going to start reading 2 different books. I'm going to start reading Bright Young Woman. I wanted to say Long Bright River, which is one of my favorite books. Bright Young Woman. I have this on audio, so I'm really looking forward to reading and listening at the same time. And then I have Breaking the Dark by Lisa Jewell. I am so excited to read this. I'm not a huge Marvel fan. I did like Jessica Jones when I watched it, and I do like them when I watch them, but I'm not like a huge fan of them. And I like Lisa Jewell books, so I'm hoping that this book will work for me and I'll really like it. I'll keep you posted. I'm really interested to see what my thoughts are on this and to get reading it. I am borrowing this one from the library, so I have to finish it, I think, within the next week and a half. So we will see if that's doable. I think it is. I'm back to work this week, so my reading does go down when I'm working, obviously, because I don't have the day to read, and I can't focus on with audiobooks while working. It's just not something I'm able to do. I'm gonna do podcasts. I could do nonfiction, but fiction, I can't even focus. So I am excited to get reading both of these books, and I'll keep you posted as I read them throughout the week. Hello, so I've made some progress on Bright Young Woman. I am 92 pages in, so I've made a little bit of a dent. I've been listening on audio while reading, but today I've just been listening on audio while working, but I keep having to pause that when I have to do something important, so I haven't made a whole lot of progress, but I am enjoying it quite a bit. I'll kind of go over what the book is about. So it follows a murder at Pamela's sorority house, and 2 of her sorority sisters are killed, and that investigation kind of ramps up. And then on the other side, there's Tina, who is starting to make connections because her roommate and best friend Ruth was murdered, and she's making connections between that when that happened and then the current situation with Pamela and the murder there, what happened. So she decides to tag team with Pamela. She decides to travel there and try to kind of investigate and get closure and figure out who murdered Ruth, and then also help Pamela figure out who murdered her sorority sisters. So I'm quite enjoying it. It's kind of a Ted Bundy retelling. The author does not say that. It's not promoted as that as far as I'm aware. I just know that people online have kind of compared it to that, and I would say I was unsure about whether I would like it or not, because I've never read from this author before and I saw kind of mixed reviews. I saw a lot of good reviews, but I also saw a lot of meh reviews, so I wasn't sure what to expect, but I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm home from work now and I'm hoping to finish this off. I am 231 pages in out of, I think, 384 at least. That's what Goodreads says, but Goodreads is never right, so let's see. 376, so pretty close. So I'm getting down to almost the last 100 pages shortly, and I'm hoping we get kind of some closure. I think things will really ramp up now with the investigation and the 2 cases. Well, I'm hoping so at least, because it feels that way, and we're kind of getting close to the end, so I feel like we need to kind of get things going. Not that it has been a slow storyline, but I feel like we need it to ramp up a little bit in order to kind of have a conclusion by the end of this book. So I will keep you posted. I'm still really enjoying it, hoping to finish it tonight. So if I do, I'll check in. If not, I'll check in tomorrow when I finish it and kind of let you know my final thoughts and review. Hello, so I did not check in when I finished. Just dropped my library book. So I did not check in when I finished Bright Young Woman originally. I finished it like 2 days ago. It's currently Friday. I believe it was Wednesday night. Yeah, it was Wednesday night when I finished it, and I enjoyed it. I liked the ending. I liked what it stood for. I liked kind of how it went about things. The only thing that is a con, in my opinion, is that it kind of jumped around in the storyline a lot. even within the chapter sometimes, and I felt like it was kind of hard to keep track of. That's my only con. Otherwise, I did really enjoy it. So that is that. I gave it a 4-star. Now I will be starting, well, continuing, because I already briefly started, Breaking the Dark by Lisa Jewell, which I am so excited about. So I'm hoping to kind of prioritize this weekend, because again, it's a library book and it's due in less than a week now. So I'm gonna read this and then I'll check in when I have more to say. Breaking the Dark. I am not enjoying this as much as I thought I would, which is disappointing. It was one of my anticipated reads. I don't know if it's just because I like Marvel storylines more on the more as a show and movie rather than reading it. I feel like it's a little boring so far. I'm only like 75 pages in, so maybe that'll change. I'm not really sure. I'm gonna give it to the 100-page mark and then I'll see. I do technically need to return it to the library by Thursday. It's currently Tuesday, but I obviously can keep it a little bit longer without fees holding up. I just don't like to do that, but we'll see. If I like it, I'll keep reading it. If I don't like it at the 100-page mark, I might DNF it, but I don't know. Maybe it just takes a little bit of time to kind of pick up, so we'll see. I'll give it a shot, and if I don't like it at the 100-page mark, I'll possibly DNF, so I'll keep you posted on that. So I wasn't originally going to vlog Look Closer, but I'm still reading Breaking the Dark, so I figured why not add this, because I'm over 50% of the way through. I'm at page 267 and there's about 450 pages total. So I'm about maybe 60%. I'm not sure the exact percentage, but I'm definitely over halfway. This story follows Simon and Vicky, and they're married and they're hiding secrets from each other. And they're kind of conning each other, and there's a few other characters who are also kind of conning each other, and they're all kind of wild, and it's just a fun time. Honestly, it's such a bingeable thriller. I'm really hooked. I cannot wait to find out what happens. So I don't want to predict too highly, but this I think will at least be a 4-star, so that's really exciting. Hello. So what do I want to read? Look Closer. What am I going to read? I'm going to read Breaking the Dark. I'm going to read another 30 pages. I'm at 75, so I haven't read more. I'm on sprints right now on my channel with Neva, and we're on the first sprint, and I just did dinner and stuff like that. So now I'm going to read another 30 pages. I'm going to decide if I can't get into it, I'm just going to DNF it, because I'm not going to push myself to keep reading. I've been reading it for a week on and off throughout other books, and I just feel like I need to move on. If I'm not going to read it, and I'm not going to like it, I can try again later, but I'm not going to keep pushing myself to read it if I'm not enjoying it. So if I don't feel hooked to the storyline, I'm going to give it tonight and then decide. I also went to the library to pick up The Haters, which is by Robin Harding, which I love. The Drowning Woman, which is somewhere back here when I read it earlier this year, but I haven't heard amazing things about this one, so I decided to pick it up from the library. I didn't expect it to be ready right now, and I didn't plan for it to be ready right now, so I don't really have time to read it, but I picked it up anyway, and I'm going to read it. There's another one that I had ready, City of Girls, and I didn't expect it to basically be ready this quickly, and I canceled that one because I just don't have time. So this will maybe be in a different vlog, not this vlog. I'm just going to kind of finish off these 2 books in this vlog and then wrap it up. I am so excited to get back to this, so I'm going to read a little more of Breaking the Dark and figure out whether I'll DNF or not. So you'll hear back from me at some point this evening. I'm checking in with a bit of a sad update, but I've decided to DNF Breaking the Dark. I just don't think I'm getting anywhere with it. I've been technically reading it for at least a week, really hooking me, and I don't think it's anything to do with Lisa Jewell's writing style. I love her stories. I think she's done a great job of writing it, of how Marvel stories should be written. I think maybe I just enjoy Marvel stories more of watching rather than reading, but I am soft DNFing it for now. I might get it again from the library and try it again. I'm gonna cancel my pre-order probably until I'm sure I liked it or not. I just think it's not the right time to read it, and I'll try again at a different point probably. So that's a sad update because I was really looking forward to reading this, but it's okay because I think Look Closer will be at least a 4, which is a book I'm also currently reading. Okay, so I had just about the longest day at work, but I'm going to return Breaking the Dark because it's due today, and I got an email that I have a new book ready and waiting for me, so I guess I'm running back to the library to pick up and drop off. So I am going to head out. I haven't checked in a few days, but Finally checking in, my last clip was me heading to the library. I did pick up my book and I have started it and I am enjoying it, but I am going to finish off this vlog with my final thoughts on Look Closer. So I'm giving Look Closer a 5-star. If I was being really picky, I would give it a 4.5 just because there's one thing that didn't really make sense. It didn't add up. But overlooking that, I think that I just had a great time. The author kept you hooked, or me hooked, from the start to the end, just giving a little bit info at a time, but not like too little where you feel bored. And I just felt like all the characters were bad guys in a sense, like they all had bad motives and they all were trying to con each other. So it just felt like I just didn't know what would happen next, basically. So I had a really good time with it. So overlooking that small thing, I am going to give it a 5 because I don't give half stars anyway. So I think this was a really successful vlog. I did have a DNF, but I had a 5-star and a couple 4 stars. So I think overall it was a good vlog. So thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye.